everybody? Lucas here. I got Jackson Frizzell with me, graduating senior. This is awesome. And so we're doing a little thing, but basically we're going to call it hot seat, and we're going to put Jackson on the hot seat. But the twist is we're eating lunch together, and obviously if we're calling this hot seat, we're eating some hot wings together. Jackson actually has hot wings. I am kind of a sissy, so I have medium wings. So I guess, but I'm not on the hot seat, so that's fine. Jackson's on the hot seat. And so just if you're tuning in with us, I just want you to know the reason we're doing this is it's a chance to celebrate one of our great seniors, and that's Jackson, who's been loyal and dedicated to this program. We're thankful for him. But it's also a chance for Jackson to kind of celebrate and reflect on his journey through the student ministry, which I think is important. And we've challenged all of our seniors to celebrate their accomplishments to this point and to reflect and to kind of form good memories around this time as they're heading into the next chapter. And then lastly, we also hope this is just a helpful time for the rest of you that can look and say, hey, here's someone that stuck it out in this program and had great attendance and great investment in this program throughout the whole time. So that's why we're here. Before we get started with a couple of key questions, Jackson, show the people what you're eating there. What you got?
All right, so it's Buffalo Wild Wings, I think. Is that right?
No, it's Taco Mac, bro.
Taco Mac. Okay.
T-Mac. That's okay.
Okay, so I've got lemon pepper wings, and then hot wings as well, and some really good, nice seasoned fries.
Yes, that's what Jack's eating today. So I also have Taco Mac as well. I got some garlic parmesan and some medium wings. Got some sweet potato fries. They're on point. And I got some water, of course, but I got my Braves cup because I miss the Braves. I miss my boys, and so I got my Braves cup. Let's get some baseball going soon. So that's what we're eating today. You'll see throughout this time we're going to kind of eat lunch together, but this is more just a time of reflection. So I want to go all the way back to day one, which I was not here for. I've known Jackson for about 2 years, 2.5 years. But so I want to take it all the way back. Jackson, what is your first memory of just the student ministry program at Alpharetta Methodist Church? What's the first thing you can kind of remember about this journey?
The first thing I remember of actually being like in the youth ministry, like being a part of it as a student myself, would be this summer outreach program we did. I was a rising sixth grader, and there was this thing where there was basically like a AMS party or like a youth ministry, like just get together, hang out in I think June or July of, I guess, yeah, it must have been 2013. We were all at Wills Park, and there was like pizza there, and everyone was playing ultimate frisbee and football, and it was really just a good like introduction to the sort of fun activities that we do at the church. And I just got to see everyone was really like good friends with each other, and the camaraderie there was really cool for me to experience at such a young age, and to know that I was going to be a part of that group one day.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, so you got to kind of feel the vibe and just see what was going on. That's so cool. I love that. Yeah, that was a great way to transition in. And then I guess that fall you joined the student ministry and did confirmation and all that good stuff, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I love that. And so let's keep on the memory train for one more question at least. Like, what's your funniest memory of your time in AMS? Because let's be honest, like student ministry is fun. We do some fun, crazy things, not only just as a program, but also just kids being kids. Like, what's a funny memory from your time in the student ministry?
I mean, I definitely have a lot of like funny memories, but there's this one that I was thinking about. I wanted to say it, but I know you probably remember. You were there for one part. You remember back in Ecuador? We were all outside that one night.
Yeah. I remember. Tell the people.
Yeah. Okay, so I don't know why, but me and this kid, Ben Freibush, who graduated last year, for whatever reason, we decided it was a good idea to like try to throw rocks up on top of this roof near the hotel we were staying at. Like there's this huge overhang. It was just like a tin roof over like it was like a soccer field. Basically, we just wanted to see. I don't know. I don't think we knew anyone was watching this, but we figured out later that like everyone everyone there saw us throw it. But we basically just took this, like, it had to be like 2 or 3 pounds. It was a heavy rock. And we both just took a rock or like a piece of concrete or something and just slung it over our heads. And it made the loudest sound I think I've ever heard in my life. It was like thunder going off, like right above our heads. Everyone turned around and stared at us.
It was like somebody had a bomb.
Yeah. We did not know it was going to be that loud.
It was out of nowhere. Yeah. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's a funny memory now. That was one then that I was like,
yeah.
any clue what's going on? Why did this just happen?
I remember you didn't think it was very funny at the time, but looking back, it was almost 2 years ago. So it's grown since then.
I'll tell the people. The funniest part is later that night, I was sitting in the locker room and walked through, and you just said, "Can you believe Ben threw that rock?" And so, like that
was my way of
lost my mind of like, Jackson, I was looking right at you. Like I know you threw it.
That was my way of testing to see if you actually saw me, because I didn't know. I knew people who were there. I knew people were watching, but I had no idea if you actually.
Me and Doug Held and Shannon Payne were sitting there, and I remember you walking in, and you just literally said, "Can you believe that Ben threw that rock on the roof?" What?
Yeah.
No, I can't believe he did. I can't believe you did it either.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
I wanted to bring that memory up.
Yeah, that was a good one. I'm glad you said that. I didn't think about that when I asked, but that's hilarious. That was really funny. Funny now. A lot of good times in Ecuador. That was awesome experience together.
Yeah.
So let's shift gears a little bit. So thinking back on your time in student ministry, who are some people from your time in the student ministry that you would just like to say thank you to? And this could be anybody, everybody, but just who are some people you would like to say thanks to?
So the kind of OG youth pastors that are there when I got there were Jay and Turner. And I don't know, that's what brought me into the church, I think, and into the youth group at least, like the community they built up while they were there, and just the way they had of connecting with the kids, even though they were both nowhere near our. I don't know, they just really understood us, and I thought I had a good way of building the community there. So I don't know. I definitely want to thank them, because they're the ones that started it all for me.
Yeah.
Then also definitely Will and Rick were pretty influential on my life and what I did just early on in high school. Like that's what Will in particular kept me coming back to the church when I was like 8th or 9th grade, and just going through like kind of doubts about all sorts of stuff, my faith, my life, everything. They kept me grounded. And of course, you and Jen, most recently, have been really awesome. And just, like I said, with Jay and Turner, just building a community in the church and making everyone feel welcome and making everyone feel like they're a part of something. So I'm really grateful to all 6 youth pastors that have been here while I've been at the church for 7 years or so. And then besides that, definitely like Dee Dee Meal Power has been really helpful through the church. She's always been there. She's always helping out with whatever needs to be done, and just really been a good presence in the church. And other one I think of off the top of my head is Miss Waller. She's in my mom and dad's supper club, so I've known her for 10, 12 years, and she's always just been really helpful there too. And then, I don't know, there's tons of students and friends that I would name, but for the sake of brevity, I guess, just the intern group that I've had the past year has been really awesome. Haley Newton, Max Smith, and Charlotte Williams have all just been a great group of people to have around, especially doing something like interning. I just really grateful for them as a whole. And I mean, Mac, I don't even know how long I've known him, but he's been probably 10 plus years. He's been in my Sunday school group or in my life group or whatever. He's always been there. He's stuck it out the whole time. And I'm really proud of him for that, and really happy to see him here.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's quite a crew. That's awesome. Yeah, that's meaningful to hear, because obviously if you're wanting to thank those people, then they've made an impact on you and they've invested in you. And yeah, that gratitude is a sign of just the fruit that they've tried to sow into you or water in you and that God has produced within you. And so that's so cool to hear. Thanks. Yeah, that's kind of vulnerable. And thank you for sharing that. That's awesome. And so now shifting around, what's something, and this can be anything, this can be a lesson from 6th grade through 12th grade, whenever, but just what's something you learned about God during your time in AMS? Obviously, as a student ministry community, we gather so that you'll grow in your relationship and your wisdom with God, and that you'll advance his kingdom. And so what's something, just a key lesson that you've learned about God over this time, or one specific lesson? What's something you got there?
I mean, there's a ton of stuff I've learned just over the past 7 years that I could just shoot in. But I think the biggest thing, or the most thing that summarizes it all, is that God's never going to leave you. Like, there's been times where, like I said earlier, like I've struggled with my faith, or I've even stepped away from the church, and not like I stopped going or anything, but like I was just a lot less active at certain times. Like I think 10th grade or whatever, some 1 year in middle school or 1 year in high school, I just only went like once or twice a month, or even less than that. And I don't know, I guess felt in a way that I wasn't being as good of a Christian or as good of a like member of the community by just not showing up as much. And then when I came back, I don't know, I just felt like welcomed back in, and feel like I wasn't being shunned for having like a blip or whatever. Like I wasn't going to be looked down upon just for having doubts and straying away for a little bit. And then just the fact that I came back was enough for everyone to welcome me back in. And I felt like, and it's just, that's a really good lesson I learned, is that the church is always going to be welcoming of you.
Absolutely.
God be there.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's really powerful in this time. Themselves, that our circumstances may change, even our commitment level may change, just because we're humans, we're flaky, we're not steadfast. God is steadfast. We're not completely faithful. God is. And so, yeah, it's just powerful to learn that lesson, that God is our ever-present help, and our circumstances may change, which is a great message for seniors, because, Jackson, in like 5 weeks, your circumstances are going to completely change. But the truth is that though our circumstances may change, the character of God never changes. And so we can always rest in that he's an ever-present help, that he's sovereign and in control, and that he's our provision and our source. That's powerful. That's powerful. So kind of coming out of that, you've had these fun memories. You've had all these people that's invested in you. You've learned these big lessons. I'm thankful that you said there could have been many lessons to pick from. That means the student ministry has at least attempted or tried our best to equip you in knowledge and wisdom of God, your loving Father. But so now, what would you say to a student that's maybe just beginning their time in the AMS, or maybe as a middle school student who's never went before, or even a high school student looking for a church home? What would you say to any of these students now that you're finishing your time that they would have to look forward to? Or that they are, so basically just what's your theoretical sales pitch on, what they would have to look forward to if they did the journey that you just did?
The biggest thing that you'd have to look forward to if you're just getting involved in ministry or just showing up for the first time is that you get to be a part of something bigger than yourself and be a part of a community that's going to care for you and be there for you when you're going through tough times. And that was especially, I think, in middle school and later in the past year or so, it's been really helpful for me to know that there's someone there. Like, I was just talking to my wife last night, and we were talking about, like, I think one of the prompts was our most favorite memory from the year. And mine was definitely when I got the call that I had gotten into the Coast Guard Academy. I was at life groups, like December 15th, I think. I was I was meeting with this mother, and I walked outside, took the call, and then walked back in, and just I was still holding my phone up. I walked back into the door, I just held a thumbs up, and the entire room just went like insane. Like everyone was like just so encouraging and enthusiastic about me getting in. I don't know, really showed me how much the group cared for me as a whole, and how I just felt welcome. Like that was the second home for me. So a strong community. So yeah, if you're just starting out, that's something that's possible for you or for anyone. Anyone can just come in and be a part of something bigger than yourself. So I think that's really awesome.
That's beautiful. Yeah, and that. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, I've been a youth pastor for 9 years, and my hope is that student ministries can provide fun trips, interesting opportunities, all these things that are great. But the essence of like what a faith community is being there with each other to celebrate those big moments like that. Like I was blessed enough to be in the room that night and kind of sitting in with y'all, which is not a normal thing, and just being able to celebrate those highlight reel moments. But also, like you said, being able to walk together in the not highlight reel meals, the not top 10 Sports Center moments as well. And so being able to walk together for those, it's beautiful because that's what we really need. Sure, we all want to go on a fun trip or a great experience. Sure, we want to experience the biggest, coolest thing on during a weekly program. And I hope to provide that on a more than regular basis. But what we really need is people that truly know us and that they want to grow as we want to grow, and that we get to do life together. And so that's so cool. And I hope that is true for our student ministry and every student ministry I'm a part of, and any faith organization that you're a part of as you move forward. I hope that continues to be true. That's awesome. Thank you for that. And so then lastly, Jack, what's your plans for next year? Just kind of fill us in the loop. You're graduating, you're moving on. Like what's next in the next couple of years for you?
Oh. So I graduate on Saturday, which is 5 days away. So that's pretty cool. And on June 29th of this year, I'll be going to the Coast Guard Academy in London, Connecticut to begin my summer training program. So I'll be there for 4 years. Obviously, hopefully, I'll graduate there. I'll be assigned to a station or a boat somewhere off the coast of the United States. And I don't know. After that, kind of just, I guess I'll see how it goes. I have to be in the Coast Guard for at least 5 years afterwards. So, that's what I'll be for at least 5 years. Right? If I end up liking it, I could stay for more.
Sure.
So, if not, I'll go into something Homeland Security related. But if anything, I have the next 9 years of my life figured out.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's beautiful. Man, we're celebrating you. We're cheering for you. We wish you all the best. Please know AFUMC is always here for you as a church home, a church family. We don't expect your investment to be done at this point. So we're praying for you. We'll put a sponsor with you through our ACT program, Adopted Collegian program. We'll continue to pray for you and walk with you. And so thanks for your time today, Jack. Enjoy the food. I'm enjoying this fellowship and this food. Again, shout out to Taco Mac, unofficial sponsor of AMS Hot Seat today, at least. We may change it up with another meal. And so anyways, thanks again, Jackson, for just sharing with us and for being vulnerable with us. And we wish you all the best, brother. All right, God bless.